This is how I tap into the feeling state and stay there when I'm trying to manifest honestly anything in my life. Now, if you watch this video, it was my entire 30-day manifestation plan on honestly how you can manifest anything. And when I was going through and responding to all of your comments, I saw the common theme was like, how do I actually stay tapped into the feeling, the end state up until I actually get my manifestation? So that's why I want to cover in today's video what specifically is the feeling state and how to actually stay in that until you get your manifestation. Because if you're a lot like me, that's probably the hardest part when it comes to manifestation, is really staying in the end desired state. Now, by the way, if you didn't watch my 30-day manifestation plan video, my specific goal for September is to reach 50,000 subscribers here on YouTube. When I recorded that video, I think I was only at like 13,000. Now I'm almost halfway to my goal of 50,000 subscribers. So if you love my videos, make sure to subscribe. And if you also haven't noticed already, I'm super sick and congested. I was traveling this past weekend, but I really want to record this video for you, especially since we're like 9 days into September. And this is one of the most important parts when it comes to manifesting your goals a lot faster. So if I sound a little congested, I am, just bear with me. So let's just get right into it. The first thing I want to cover is what actually is like the feeling state. Now, a lot of the times when we're manifesting, you've probably heard me say it a bunch of times, and you've probably heard a lot of people say it too, is be in the end state and tap into the feeling of already having your desire before you get it, and that's how you're going to get it faster. Yes, that is true, but the feeling state is all about the feeling you would have once you get that thing. And it's not necessarily just the way that you would act, the way that you would think, the way that you would believe, the way that you would react. It's all about the actual emotion. So for an example, the reason why you want a Bentley car, or the reason why you want $100,000, the reason why you want the love of your life is because of how it's going to make you feel. It's going to make you feel loved. It's going to make you feel secure. It's going to make you feel abundant. So if we can create those feelings and those emotions right now, once again, aside from the actual like physical desire that we're trying to manifest, that's how we actually get that thing faster, because we're vibrating at the same exact frequency of the emotion of the feeling. And once again, at the end of the day, it's not really even about the desire, because once again, the only reason you want that is because of how it's going to make you feel. So when I realized that, all of my manifestations, they came faster to me because it wasn't necessarily about, once again, me getting the desire, but it was all about me feeling the emotion first. Now, in this video that I just posted last week, which is blowing up, 70,000 of you have already watched it, I talked about how I manifested $50,000 in one single month, while previously the month before I only made $2,600. And a lot of you were asking me like, how did you tap into the feeling state? What were you actually doing? And for me, once again, if I already had $50,000, how I would be feeling would be very wealthy, very secure, very abundant. I would be very calm. Like I wouldn't be experiencing any anxiety. So it wasn't necessarily me tapping into having that $50,000, because I didn't necessarily ever experience $50,000. It's always about the emotion that I would feel. So once again, if I can tap into the emotion, that's what I would be experiencing. So for an example, if you're trying to manifest love, how can you cultivate love right now? How can you tap into that feeling right now? That's why I always say it's like, cultivate that feeling within yourself first, and once again, you start to become a match for what it is that you're trying to attract. Now, the other part of this, when it comes to tapping into the feeling state, this is probably one of the biggest points that I really want to nail down and emphasize for you today in this video, is making the decision and following through with the decision. When you're manifesting, when you set motion a desire that you want, don't try to manifest, right? It's like when you make a decision, when you're committed, that's it, you're done. Like you already have the manifestation. Like it's not whether or not you're going to get it. You already have it. And if you have a hard time believing in that, make sure to just watch this video, because I broke down how manifestation actually works in a scientific level in this video. But that's also why in this video, I made you guys commit and decide in that manifestation. So when you make the decision that what you want is already yours, when you have negative thoughts or negative experiences that you can't necessarily control that is happening in your environment, you don't want to entertain them because you chose to step into this new identity. You're not wondering, once again, if Sally told me that I can't be a content creator on social media, you're not wondering now, oh, is she right? Is it too saturated? You're not taking on anybody else's beliefs. You're staying firm in what you chose for yourself. And I really, really want to emphasize this for you because you're not trying, you're deciding. You're not trying to get anything, you just are that thing. You're not trying to be in a relationship, you are in a relationship. You're not trying to be a millionaire, you are a millionaire right now. All possibilities always exist at once. Therefore, every single moment of every single day, you get to choose what you want to entertain. And this is a perfect lead into my third point, which is you want to reject the 3D. You want to reject every single thing that you are seeing in your reality, because the way manifestation works is what you're currently seeing in your life right now is a reflection of your old thoughts, of your old beliefs, of your old identity, of your old actions. When you decide and you commit and you step into a new identity in a higher frequency, you're not going to see the manifestation right away because once again, like everything that you see, it's based on your old beliefs. But over time, as you stay committed in your new identity, that is when you're gonna start to see different changes in your reality. I know for me, when I wanted to make $50,000 in one single month, I actually did not make any money until probably, this happened October 2020. I probably didn't make a single sale until like October 15th. So imagine if October 3rd, October 10th, I started to tell myself like, oh my gosh, I'm not seeing the money come in. I started to look at my bank account. I started to look at my social media, like no clients are coming in. Like this means my manifestation is not on its way. Now, this is a lot easier said than done because, of course, it's hard to trust in something that you don't see actually coming to you. But once again, it's not whether or not you have it, you already have it. When I wanted to make $50,000, I just kept reminding myself, like, it's already done. I'm already in the feeling state. Like, I'm feeling so wealthy. I'm feeling so abundant. I know that the clients are going to find me. I know that I'm on the right path. And since I stayed in that frequency without wavering, all of a sudden, I kid you not, like mid-October, I had 2 clients reach out to me from nowhere, pay me $10,000 in full, 2 of them, and that led me to just attracting more clients and more clients. I wasn't necessarily doing anything different when it came to the actions I was taking, when it came to the marketing, the sales I was doing the exact same thing. But the key part was the certainty, the conviction, and the confidence behind the actions, the thoughts, and the beliefs that I was actually taking. Now, before I move on to my next point, I really want to emphasize this key thing is in the beginning, when you're rejecting the 3D, when you don't see things that are popping up that's in alignment with what you want, it's gonna take time and it's gonna take practice for you to actually get to a point where you're not reacting and you're getting triggered by external things. For me, it took, like honestly, it took a very long time for me to get to a point where I could manifest something very big within 30 days. So be patient with yourself. And the next thing is really gonna help you, once again, kind of close the gap between your triggers and you getting your manifestation. And this is called nervous system regulation work. A big part when it comes to manifesting is calming your body down to basically be in the same vibration with what it is that you want to attract. So anytime you make a new decision, your body will actually start to go into panic mode. You'll start to feel anxious, you'll start to feel fearful. You're gonna start to feel like what you're doing is basically foreign language. And the only reason why you start to feel sometimes like tense, anxious, even sometimes like you feel like what you're about to do isn't going to work for you, it is because your body is designed to keep you safe. So the only thing that we can do to catch our body up with our mind is nervous system regulation work. Now, ways I like to do this is breath work. I like to do humming. I like to go on walks. You can do this by EFT tapping as well. And that's basically tapping at different meridian points on your body while pairing it with different affirmations. Now, the best way to know when to actually do nervous system regulation work is when during the day you notice that you're getting out of the feeling state. You start to question yourself. You feel like you're about to entertain something external that isn't necessarily in alignment with the goal and the manifestation that you're trying to get. Anytime you feel that trigger, do the breath work. Either do like 5 minutes of breath work, take yourself on a walk, unplug from your social medias, and trust me in this. In the beginning, when I first started to do nervous system regulation work, I felt like I was doing breath work at least 5 times in one single hour. And yes, it may be a lot in the beginning, but that is the key, because you are basically catching your body up with the new reality that you want. And a lot of people talk about, and this is a topic for a whole nother video, but like your subconscious mind, a lot of your subconscious actually lives in your body. So that is why when your mind decides on something, your body sometimes will not allow you to follow through with that thing. That's why it's like you can start on a habit and you can start with a new routine, but then like days later you're gonna fall off, not because your mind isn't strong, but because your body hasn't caught up with the new reality that you actually want to live. So do not skip this part. Do not skip it. I promise you, this is probably one of the biggest things when it comes to your unfolding and really staying into the feeling state in terms of getting your manifestation and really stepping into your new self and your new identity. Now, this is actually the perfect lead into my next point, which is make it feel normal. Your body will reject anything that doesn't feel normal, doesn't feel familiar, doesn't feel safe and comfortable to it. So if you want to attract the love of your life, you want to attract a marriage, and you realize and you understand that you have to tap into the feeling of love for yourself first before you can attract somebody else to love you, it might feel very abnormal for you to stand in front of the mirror and just talk lovely about yourself. It might be very hard for you to put on cute clothes and tell yourself, oh my gosh, I look beautiful in this. It might be really hard for you to tell yourself that so many people would be so grateful and thankful to have someone like me in their life. Like, it might be really hard for you to do that because, once again, you have been practicing a different identity for years now. And a lot of the times when we set goals, there are very big goals and they are our dreams. So of course, when we dream big and we have a goal that, once again, kind of sometimes feel like it's too good to be true, it doesn't feel normal. So for me, once again, when I wanted to make $50,000 in one single month, I had to normalize the heck out of that number. And I never grew up with that type of money. I was never around that money. So I started to watch people on social media where they were making that sometimes in a day. I started to read books that talk about millionaires. Like, I would listen to podcast shows where people always talked about money and sales and marketing, and it got to a point where it felt easy for me to make that money. Not because, once again, I had already experienced it, but because there were so many people that have already experienced what I wanted. That's why I always say it's like, if you don't know what it means and what it feels to be in the end state of already having your desire, go do some research. Watch some people that are living the life that you want to. Read the books, watch the videos, tap yourself into a network of people, go to events, talk to people, like immerse yourself with what you want to be. And eventually you'll start to pick up on those different nuances, and what you want will become normal for you. You got this, bestie. And once again, if you haven't watched my 30-day plan video, watch it, because you're about to manifest so much in your life. I love you so much. I will see you on next week's episode. And until then, make sure that you stay unforgettable.